to the Bluegrass State. We're in Louisville, Kentucky, home of two famous sluggers, legendary horse races, smooth bourbon, and now our very own Kentucky home. That's right, the 2021 Southern Living Idea House is right behind me, and we're getting an exclusive tour. Oh my goodness, y'all, I cannot wait to see the inside of this house. The Southern Living Idea House program started in the 1980s, and let me tell you, year after year, it is my favorite thing to see in the magazine. The Idea House is a source of timeless beauty and inspiration.
The Southern Living Idea House was all about bringing the pages of the magazine to life. The first Idea House we ever did was in Atlanta, Georgia in 1989. We knew that our readers loved beautiful homes, but to be able to build a home that they could actually come and visit was a really exciting idea, and it was a pretty radical idea at the time. We usually have several thousand visitors that come from all over the country to visit these homes. You walk into that house and there's so many things you want to take away from it. A beautiful tile that you want to use, or a beautiful light fixture, or it might be a great paint color. Every room you go into, there's something that you can take away. That's what the program is all about, to fill the house with ideas that people can take home and use in their own lives. We try to move the Idea House around from year to year. Well, we'd never built a house in Kentucky before, so that was a big part of our reason for wanting to go to Louisville. We love the city of Louisville, the horse country, the bourbon country. We really wanted this house in Louisville to be a reflection of the times, kind of a multi-purpose house with great spaces that you can use for lots of different things. It's in an incredible location, looking out over the Ohio River. We have a phenomenal team that put it together. Our architect this year is a guy named Brandon Ingram. He has a great sense of style, of history, of proportion, and he knows how to build a home that really works on so many different levels. Our designer this year is Sarah Bartholomew from Nashville. In a lot of ways, Sarah really embodies what Southern Living is all about. She has this great sense of flair and is very stylish and very modern, but she also has a way of making everything very timeless and designing rooms that are going to be just as beautiful 10 years from now as they are today. I think it's going to be one of the most beautiful houses that we've ever done, and I think that people are going to be really excited.
It all started with a sketch, and then a team of talented individuals worked together through rain, snow, and a pandemic to bring this year's Idea House to life.
As someone who grew up knowing all about the Southern Living Idea houses and how important they were, the chance to design one myself was really an incredible thing. So the genesis for this house really came after my conversation with Sid, during which I sketched and scratched out ideas literally on a napkin at my kitchen countertop. You know, those ideas started pouring out of my pen and my mind really quickly. So one of the goals of this house was really to respond to a lot of the lessons that we learned during the pandemic in 2020. So creating spaces where families could retreat or engage, kids could have their own spaces, parents could have their own spaces, entertaining could still happen, but there were also moments of privacy. And that was a very important element in creating this floor plan, where it really isn't an open floor plan. It's not an open concept floor plan like we've gotten so used to. This is really a nod to historic architecture, where rooms actually are rooms and spaces actually are spaces. So being that this is an idea house, we really did play up the notion of creating new ideas, where the house is providing you with built-ins, with furniture function, but it actually becomes part of the house. So in this house, you'll see a lot of hidden closets, tucked away bookcases, tucked away built-in moments that really serve a family in a nice, friendly gesture.
We really tried to position this home on this lot to really capture the stunning views We had some definite challenges during the pandemic with product availability and some back order products.
We ran into shortages, delays, and we had to revamp, head to the drawing board many a times because we couldn't get certain products. I'm truly amazed that we were able to finish this house in a timely fashion.
Artisan Signature Homes would like to thank all the trade partners that we have, all the tradespeople that really took part in this home and helped us bring this home to life.
We asked so much of our guys and gals, and they time and time again showed up and trudged through the mud and just made it happen. And we've been associated with Southern Living through their custom builder program for over 15 years, and it's always been something that we've talked about, dreamed about, and being able to do it now is pretty amazing.
I hope that people who see this house take away that traditional architecture is alive and well, and it can still function for families. It can still be fresh. It can still be incredibly relevant. Open concept is not the only way to go, and that old houses have lessons to teach that are far more important than we think.
Head on over to southernliving.com for style inspiration you can use for your home, and connect with us on social media. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Up next, ways to spruce up your curb appeal just like you see here with the Idea House landscape architect. And later, I'm about to scream, y'all, because I'm finally going in and checking out the 2021 Idea House. What amazing things will I find? Sit a spell. Southern Living is back in 2 minutes. Nothing makes a home more welcoming than curb appeal. This year's Idea House landscape architect shares his vision and tips for sprucing up your outdoor space.
Our ultimate goal for the project was to complement the beautiful architecture of the home, really kind of play down the design, and really take advantage of these great views in the backyard, and then kind of lastly incorporate as many of the Southern Living plant collection plants as we could into the design. So we have some great Southern Living plants. We have this white wedding hydrangea. It's a great plant that we've used to layer the garden here in the front yard. Have this baby gem boxwood. That's a great kind of border plant. Have this Oakland holly. That's a great kind of backdrop. Eventually give us some screening from the neighbor, and it'll give us kind of year-round color. So a few things we did here at the Southern Living House to add some curb appeal that your viewers could potentially do at their home would be to potentially layer their plantings, maybe adding a few seasonal plantings so they have kind of interest year-round, maybe add a focal point in the front of the house. We have some cool obelisks in the front, create a great view as you kind of approach the front of the house. Potentially add some curbing. We installed a cobblestone curbing along the motor court. That's a great way to add some detail and kind of another layer to the design.
Okay, y'all, it's the moment I've been waiting for, and I know y'all are pretty excited too. The 2021 Southern Living Idea House designer, Sarah Bartholomew, is going to give us an exclusive tour. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Ivy. You ready to go inside?
Oh, yes.
Welcome to Riverbend, Ivy.
Oh my gosh, you can see clear to Indiana right from the front door.
Isn't that view amazing?
This is amazing. Let's just dive right in.
So this is the living room.
It's gorgeous.
I love this space, and I think that after COVID, we realized the open floor plan might not be such a great idea, and this space is right off the kitchen, and it's easily accessible, but it also is somewhat removed, and I love that about this space. I wanted the design of the house to feel both casual and easy, but also elegant and elevated, and I feel like by the use of antiques and textures and textiles, this space achieves that goal.
It feels so livable, but in an elevated way. You nailed that.
Okay, this is everybody's favorite part of the room, the bourbon bar.
I don't blame them, it's mine too.
And one of the really fun elements that you're gonna see throughout this house is there's hidden doors for storage. This is the first one I'll show you.
What?
And you can keep all of your bourbon and glassware in here.
Okay, I need one of these.
So this is the kitchen.
My favorite room.
You'll see throughout the house I used painted floors. I love painted floors. I'm inspired by some travel that I did to Sweden and England and really wanted to incorporate that element into this house to create a sense of age and beauty and natural patina. And right behind you, you'll see French drains, something that I collect. I love framing collections, and I frame them in a modern way using acrylic frames.
This is so creative. The whole vibe in here is very English, European countryside.
That was the goal.
Is this the ironstone where this would come out of?
Yes, and this is open shelf. I don't use a lot of open shelving, but I love that we ran it across a window in this case, and it's in the perfect location for indoor-outdoor entertaining. And the kitchen flows naturally back into this pantry or back kitchen area. We've got appliances tucked into the cabinetry and open shelving for all your pantry needs. And this is the dining room. I used an antique farm table paired with wicker chairs to create a comfortable, casual place to entertain, which also is right off the kitchen.
That's something people can easily replicate. You can have a piece handed down to you.
Yes,
and pair
use
it with
it.
anything.
Pair
Mix
it with
and
something
match.
modern.
Okay, I see plates on the wall, but where are we storing all of the china?
Well, we got another hidden door
Of course.
here for all your china.
Wow, oh yeah. All the china I'm registered for my wedding could fit in there, I hope.
Absolutely. And this is the studio, which was definitely designed after all that we've lived through. And I think this is a place where I envision a parent being able to do their work at this main desk, and then the kids being able to do their homework or classwork at this table that overlooks this gorgeous view.
Love the color in this room. This is great, and this is art.
Yeah, I wanted this to be colorful and fun and inspiring for kids, and this art is the architect's kids' art. I love framing kids' art. I did it while my kids were young, but I asked his kids to create these colorful masterpieces, and I hung them all over the wall. So come on down this back hall to the guest suite. This is a special part of the house that I love. It's actually one of my very favorite rooms. I feel like we've all had multiple family members living under one roof this year, and this is a great place for guests to have a quiet retreat away from the center of the house, and it even has its own separate entrance off the back entry.
So smart. Love the yellow.
Me too. I feel like this room has both a modern and an old world feel to it, and I love the arched bookcases. I love this morning bar as well. It's a great place for guests to be able to get up, have a cup of coffee or tea, and then retreat back to their room if they're not ready to join the rest of the family. And here we are in the primary bathroom, and the whole inspiration for this room started with this woven tub skirt.
That is beautiful.
Yes, it was a labor of love to get this done, but I contacted the National Basketry Association, and this amazing artisan from Kentucky created this special piece for us.
I love that that's the centerpiece of this bathroom.
And the primary bedroom is one of my favorites in the house as well. I love the blue painted trim, and this bed is a statement piece. There is actually something hidden in this bed that represents Louisville. Can you find it?
Wait, is this a bat?
It's a baseball bat, a Louisville Slugger.
After the break, we're continuing on our tour. Plus, Sarah's tips for refreshing a room on a budget. Look at all of this light.
Yes, I love this stairwell and the beautiful paneling that envelops it. This is the media room, which is one of my favorite rooms in the house. This is a place where I feel like it's casual and informal and cozy, and it's where I envision a family coming to watch a game or play with their kids.
Oh yeah, I would so hang out here. Downstairs is great for guests, but this is where I would be every day, right off the playroom and a place for adults too.
One of my favorite features in the room is the faux bois, which is another word for fake wood wallpaper. And I think that faux bois wallpaper is a great way to add warmth without the commitment of wood paneling. Or maybe if you have a house that doesn't have that wood paneling, you can add that element afterwards using this wallpaper.
You would never know it's wallpaper. It looks so real.
I love it, and it envelops the room and makes it cozy.
It does. Tell me about these tennis rackets though. This is such a cool feature.
So yeah, I love when people use their interests or things that they collect as art. You can go to a flea market or a vintage shop and find different pieces that represent you and your passions, and why not hang them on the wall?
I love that. You don't have to be into tennis to do this. You could do whatever you're into. It doesn't have to be a sport, it could be anything.
It could be memorabilia, whatever it is that you love. Put it up and enjoy it. And this is the children's study, which is right off the media room. As we know, kids like to be close to their parents when they're playing, and so I love that these two rooms can talk to each other. I imagine kids also can come up here and use these desks to do their homework quietly away from the family, or take a Zoom class and have the doors shut and have quiet. It's also a place for play and toys.
That's I wish I had that when I was younger and I could study here and also still feel a part of the family but be separate too. And this lattice work on this door, just wow.
I love all the architectural details in this room, and I was inspired by that lattice trim and the grid on the windows when I was adding the trim on the draperies. And this is one of two upstairs bedrooms. I love this room.
Tell me about this. Is it wallpaper? What is this?
Actually, it's not. It's a stencil. And the stencil artist stenciled the walls, the ceiling, the bulletin board, the light fixture, and even these little bedside tables.
I love the detail. This gives it such an old house feel, and everything is hidden, but also you can see it.
It definitely adds character.
Yes, and the ceiling, you don't see that. Oh my gosh, even the fire alarm and the vents, that's so cool.
And this is the bathroom. We carried the stenciling onto the ceiling to tie the room and the bathroom together. The freestanding tub and the wood paneling give it an old world feel.
Now, okay, the window is beautiful, but where's the mirror for this vanity?
So that's one of the special idea features of this house. A fun way to have a mirror is to have it hidden into the paneling of the room. Isn't that fun?
This is so cool. I love that you can have natural light if you wanted to leave it halfway or close it all the way, and you never know.
So fun. And this house is perfectly located for indoor-outdoor living, and this porch is the ideal place to sit and take in the views.
Oh, I would sit out here all of the time.
Me too.
Ready to build your Southern Dream home or discover past Idea House projects? Search plans and custom builders at houseplans.southernliving.com and connect with Southern Living on the socials. Coming up, step up your interior decorating skills with some budget-friendly tips from Sarah, plus how you can see this home in person. You're watching Southern Living.
Three ways to update a room on a budget are pillows. If you buy some new pillows and put it on an old sofa, the room will feel fresh and new again. Paint, you can stencil a room, you can paint the trim a color or paint the walls a new color and it'll feel totally different. And plants, there's nothing like bringing life into a room.
Isn't this home beautiful? Everything is so perfect. It's kind of hard to nail down a favorite, but let's hear from the rest of the crew.
I love that this house has a bourbon bar in the living room. I think that's very appropriate for being in Louisville. I also love this home office that looks out over the Ohio River. It's one of the most beautiful home offices that you'll ever see.
This house intentionally does not have a breakfast room, and that was really our way of celebrating the South's most important room, which is the formal dining room. And so in this house, the dining room is completely open to the kitchen. So every meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's all served there in the dining room.
The kitchen, I know it's going to be used a lot, and it's not your normal kitchen because it's not wide open to the rest of the house. It's actually pretty cozy, but it's got a couple great windows and doors that lead right out to the back porch. So if you're cooking, you can open the doors and come in and out. It's just a cool, cozy place that I want to cook a great meal in.
One of my favorite spaces in this home is the second floor porch. It takes advantage of all the stunning views we have.
I think my favorite area of the Idea House is the back deck because it has such a great view, such a great space to kind of hang out and just enjoy the veranda.
I actually have 3 favorites. I love the media room. It's strong and modern and fresh and comfortable. I love the guest suite. The yellow just makes me happy and it has a modern and old world feel. And I love the primary bedroom. I love the blue trim, the bed, the light, and the view.
Get tickets to tour the 2021 Southern Living Idea House at ideahouseky.com. A portion of the proceeds benefits several local charities, including the Lee Initiative, a Louisville-based nonprofit that promotes diversity and equality in the restaurant industry. Ticket proceeds also help Gilda's Club Kentuckiana, a cancer support community providing nearly 200 free monthly programs to cancer patients and their loved ones. You can buy the plans for this home or previous Idea houses at houseplans.southernliving.com. I would love to know your favorite part of the 2021 Idea House, so share it with us on Instagram at Southern Living Mag or at Ivy Odom. See y'all next time.